Craig's a Derby fan. He wants to say all things Wayne Rooney. Hello, Craig. Good evening to you.
Hey, both you all right?
We are okay. How are you feeling at the moment?
Got to be honest, a little bit gutted. Not the news I expected. I thought he was going to stay. I thought, you know what, we could build with what we got from what he had experienced and knew what the club was about a little bit, felt the heart of it. But it's no real time to hold on, really, I don't think now either. Like, we had one of our best seasons with him, even though we got relegated. 7 years I've been a season ticket holder. Even saw Ben Peel away the overhead volley with Will Hughes' chip, one of the best goals I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm walling you.
No,
appreciate that.
But, yeah.
Craig, can you understand it from his perspective, though? Because as you said there, I mean, I've been down to watch Derby quite a few times now, but the fact that there's been no buyer with the football club and the administrators have been there for a while, you're seeing some of your players getting released. He doesn't know if he can give players new contracts. We saw firsthand last season when Graham Shinney left. Phil Jagielka, who was playing really well for Derby at the time, he couldn't sign a new contract. Like, at some stages, he's been doing almost all of this with his one hand tied behind his back. Yeah,
I mean, look, hand on heart, you know, I say I'm gutted. Am I shocked? Probably not so much. There has been a lot going on. And for him to stick as long as he has done is credit to him, in my opinion, you know. And I think the fans have played a part in that as well. You know, the support that we had and the connection we had together as a club, okay, what was going on behind the scenes was nothing to do with what was going on on the pitch and within the stadium. And I think that's what kept him. But I think everything now, especially after Kirchner failing, I think that was just that step too far away. It's like, I cannot take this any further.
I think I'm right in saying, Craig, that not one Derby fan will blame Wayne Rooney for this, will they?
Do you know what? Ever since you've been saying it, I'm like thinking, when I scroll through Twitter, if I was to see one person say anything bad about it, it's like, because there are fans out there that probably will say something about it, just because that's how some fans are, but you can't knock the guy at all. I mean, as long as he doesn't end up at a rival club, which, let's face it, he's not going to end up at Forest because of Cooper, and you know, Leeds is a step too far for him. So, yeah, I wish him all the best, and like I say, it's time now where, if we're talking of who I'd like to see next, I'd like to see Jody Morris back at the club, to be honest. Like, when he was under Lampard and how he was as a coach then, and how he connected again with the fans through Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Again, somebody that's fresh. He's been involved with the club in the past, but not while it's had its problems.
Craig, what about Liam Rosenior? Because I know he's part of the coaching staff down there with Wayne. I know he's a very, very good coach. I think he was close to being appointed Blackpool manager, or they were in for him. What about if he stepped up and took it?
I just said in the lads' chat, I said there's 2 people there, and I said, is that why he turned down the Blackpool job? Because you would have thought that Rooney wouldn't have just come up with this tonight. You know, they're close. They're going to be close behind the scenes. And I would take Rosenior as well. Again, the connection with the club. The only thing that sort of swayed me away from that was just listening in to the news with what he said, what was said beforehand, that Rooney feels that somebody that's not connected with the club. I'd be happy with Rosenior. Again, somebody that's experienced Derby as we are. But I'd take either. And to be honest with you, the fact that we've got a club, fingers crossed, moving forward, I'm not bothered now. Like, I am gutted. Thank Rooney for what he's done, but you know what? Just turning up at Derby on a Saturday afternoon, that's all I need.
Okay, what great call. Thanks for that. Craig, the Derby fan. Let's speak to another Derby fan. He goes by the name of Connor. Connor, good evening to you.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, we're good, Connor. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Go on. What are you feeling?
Yeah, obviously gutted, but you can't blame him. He's been through so much, and like the previous caller said, us fans, I mean, we've got to understand it, and all that matters to us going forward is that we have a club to support, and I just hope that this takeover gets sorted as soon as possible and someone good steps in and we start moving in the right direction again.
Listen, it has been sad, Connor, obviously, for what's happened to Derby. I mean, we obviously know that the fault lies at Mel Morris's feet. But, I mean, what are you expecting for the upcoming season? We know about that League One. Certainly this season, there are some big hitters in that division. It's going to be difficult. But is it about someone coming in now and kind of steadying the ship? I mean, all this uncertainty hasn't helped the football club one bit. But what manager would you like to see come in and maybe, try and steady the ship a little bit and make a little bit of a difference?
I mean, I'd be happy with Liam Rosenior, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think he knows the club, he knows the players that we've got left, and giving him a chance to rebuild his first management job, I think he'd do well. But yeah, I mean, with regards to my expectations for the season, I think it depends on how quickly the takeover's done, how quick a new manager can come in, and what he's got to deal with, basically. But I mean, for me, I'd just be happy to stay in the league, and then hopefully 12 months down the line, when we're going into a new season, hopefully be in a situation where we can buy new players and we can push for promotion.
Yeah.
Connor, thanks for your call. It's I think it's going to affect a lot of people, the fact that Wayne Rooney's not there. I remember when I was talking to the owners of Port Vale a couple of weeks back, and they, of course, they went up from League Two, and I think they won the playoffs, didn't they? And they went in, now they're in League One, and they said, yeah, we can't wait. There's a lot of big clubs coming, but Derby County with Wayne Rooney coming to Vale Park, it's going to be absolutely massive.
Do you know what? If Steve McLaren didn't have a job with Ten Hag, I would have expected him to rock up at Derby for about the 5th time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It would not surprise me.
Maybe he'll get a call now.
Honestly, it would not surprise me if Ten Hag hadn't got Steve McLaren, if he'd have been back there for the 4th time.
Where do you think Wayne Rooney's going to go now? Do you think he'll have a break? Do you think he'll want to get back into football? Do you think he'll go to like a championship side?
Do you know what? I think all managers always say they need a bit of time away from the job and to spend a bit of time with the family, which I get. But you know what football's like. If a really attractive job comes up and you go, I'm going to wait, that job will be gone. The amount of people that are out of work, managers that are looking to try and get back in, you got to strike while the iron's hot. I think his reputation is, he walks away from Derby with it high. Yeah. I think very, very high.
I agree.
The way he's handled the situation. So I think if a good club in the Championship...
Maybe wait to Christmas time when a lot of clubs in the Premier League are
maybe
down the bottom of the Premier.
I think he's shown already that he can manage.
Can he manage in the Prem?
Well, he's not done it yet.
No, I know. But can he?
I think he can, but it's a different beast. Completely different beast, that. But that's the holy grail. Everybody wants to manage in the Premier League. But if you can get a big club in the Championship, I think they'll be looking at Wayne Rooney 100%.